HCAM TV thanks you for watching this presentation. We'd love for you to become a member and use your creativity at our station. Please visit hinghammedia.org or call us at 781-836-5094 if you would like to learn more.
Hingham, a town of great history, heritage, and patriotism! It's the 4th of July edition of Hingham Happenings, baby, and do we have a show for you? Golfers tee off to raise money for the parade, and the Lions Club hosts another baller fireworks extravaganza. The Derbies and Coopers face off for a vintage 4th of July showdown at Derby Academy. The community is invited to eat pancakes on the common in a long-held tradition. A 5K road race from the middle school to downtown Hingham sees many enthusiastic runners in attendance. And all of the festivities culminate in a 4th of July parade down Main Street. I'm your 4th of July Hingham Happenings host, Liz Vire, and we have all of this and more coming up on Hingham Happenings. We start our action-packed show today with the Selectman's Cup. On Monday, May 15th, the South Shore Country Club hosted its annual Selectman's Cup to raise money and awareness for Hingham's 4th of July parade. And what a turnout they had! It was a great opportunity for local businesses and individuals to show support for one of Hingham's most beloved traditions. Let's break out our 9-iron.
Today we're hosting the 4th of July Parade fundraising golf tournament, the Selectman's Cup. It's a golf tournament that we've had for a number of years in Hingham, going back a few decades now, that we've really revitalized in the last 5 or 6 years. And actually today we have our largest field ever, almost 130 golfers.
Well, we're having an annual tournament, the proceeds of which raise money for the parade, which is a long enjoyed tradition in the town of Hingham that we've all come to enjoy.
There's a bunch of different sponsors that are involved, everywhere from small groups like Al Kearney Architects, a local architect in Hingham, to A.W. Perry, which is a much larger organization, Seal Coating. It's a lot of the different vendors that work with the town. The South Shore Country Club acts as a sponsor of the parade, and how we do that is we basically give the golf course to the town for the day, for the Selectman's Cup. So pretty much all of the proceeds raised through this fundraiser go to the parade directly.
Everything that we don't pay for here, which the only items that we pay for here is a partial fee on golf. We have the food from Raphael's and they give us a great discount. And we provide a gift for the golfers. Last couple of years it's been shirts or long sleeves. Jersey, this year it's a cool 3-pack of golf balls in a tin with the parade logo on the balls and on the tin. As far as the button goes for the golf tournament, we're selling the buttons as mulligans, four or five mulligans or 4 or 5 buttons for $20. It's one of the fundraisers that we have going. All the money goes to the parade to pay for the performers, and we do some signs every year that are specific for the button design, for the Veteran of the Year, things like that. The golfers are a key component, and this year I think we're going to have the most ever. I think we're probably going to be over 100 golfers this year. For this tournament, it's great. Some years we're struggling with 2 weeks to go and we only have 30 or 40 golfers, so this year's great.
So we started this morning setting up in preparation. People started showing up around 11 o'clock, maybe a little after. We have check-in now inside, 11:30. We have a boxed lunch that starts at noon. We have the driving range available now for golfers. We're going to shotgun start, which means we're going to send all the golfers out onto the golf course at one time to different holes at noon. We're going to wrap that up, the golf, around 5 o'clock, 5:30 tonight, and we'll have a little awards presentation and banquet inside in the Raphael's facility.
And this is the only time every year that I play golf. And I keep coming out every year to convince myself that I shouldn't play golf. We start out at different holes, obviously. We'll all play 18. I'm starting out at 1A, I think is the number worked today. And we'll play, well, let's see, depending on how good my fellow teammates are, probably 3.5 hours. So we'll finish up probably 4 o'clock. That's right, there's 4, we play in a team of 4 generally, or 3, and we all start out at a different hole, so that you get 18 tees off at the same time, or even more I think today. And we'll just go through 18 holes. We'll start at hole 1A, I guess, and then I'll go to 2A and 3A and right around the horn till I get back to 1A again.
Well, the country club's been here forever, since I was a little boy. To be honest with you, I never played it until I became a selectman, because I'm not a golfer, you see. So this is fun. This is just an afternoon off, and it's one of the fun things about being a selectman, although you don't have to be a selectman to play.
It's a great event because you get a chance to socialize with people you don't always see every year or every day. And in addition, it's an opportunity to renew old acquaintances and find out what's going on in Hingham.
It's a lot of fun. I mean, unfortunately, it rained yesterday and it's a little bit dreary right now, but I can tell everyone's glad to be outside. After the weather we've had the last few days, it's just nice to be outside and enjoy the golf course. Well, I'd like to think that one of the things that I try to do personally is reach out to the community through events like this, so that participants that don't necessarily come up here to play on a everyday basis can see what we have to offer. So one of the things that we try to do is really be more than just a golf course for the community, and this is one of the ways we give back.
Oh, it's a chance to bring the Hingham community together. Clearly, not only the business folks in town, but more importantly, the residents.
A little competition is always a good thing. What's more American than a little competition between 2 vintage baseball rivals? Playing according to rules from the 1800s in period uniforms with no gloves, the Derby squared off against the Coopers at Derby Academy. Families showed up to catch the action and support a good cause. Suggested donations went directly to the Hingham Historical Society for their upcoming projects. The only fouls at this event were during the game.
Today, the Historical Society is having we're celebrating our 10th annual Summer Classic Vintage Baseball game, although this is technically our 11th season because our first game was in 2007. So the Hingham Vintage Baseball game comes together every year with lots of volunteers, especially the Hingham Vintage Baseball Club, and very little money. So we have beer, we have soda pop, hot dogs, all kinds of wonderful treats. For players, a 50-50 raffle today, so the proceeds will be split between whoever wins the raffle and the Historical Society.
It's the 10th annual Independence Cup Classic. The proceeds of today's day go to the Hingham Historical Society. So it is the Coopers versus the Derbies, and the Coopers are trying to defend the cup from their victory last year. The club has been in existence for 10 years, and Gary Nisbet, Dots, was the founding member, and with a tremendous a lot of help from Suzanne Buchanan. Within the last few years, the club has evolved from just playing on 4th of July weekend. So we already have 6 games under our belt. We opened up with a game against the doubleheader against the Boston Beaneaters in May, and the travel team just returned from Maine, where we played a couple of doubleheaders and went 2-2.
Today we offer a really wonderful event that recaptures the old days of baseball when it was really kind of a more manly sport than it is today. They're playing an 1864 style baseball game, which I think will involve no gloves and a slow pitch, usually underhand, and lots of different rules that visitors will learn about today as the game proceeds.
Hingham Vintage Baseball Club is one group. So we have north of 20 members now. Only on Independence Day do we split into the Derbies and the Coopers. The rest of the time we've kind of started traveling as Hingham Vintage Baseball Club. I have been a Cooper since this is my 6th game, and I have been a Cooper and on the losing side of 4 out of the 5 contests that I've played in. So to me, and I think a lot of my Cooper brethren, there is quite a rivalry.
Well, we practice very hard, very hard. Definitely at least weekly. Sunday afternoons we have a nice afternoon of intense sprinting and batting practice and infield practice to make sure that we're ready to go and hitting on all cylinders.
The proceeds from today's game go to help the general operating expenses of the Hingham Historical Society, funding all kinds of educational programs that we do at the Old Ordinary, our historic house museum on Lincoln Street, and also educational programs and exhibits that take place at Old Derby Academy, where the new Hingham Heritage Museum is located. I think what's really fun about vintage baseball is the really fun banter that goes on between the players. There's a lot of really fun trash talk. None of it's blue, it's all family friendly, but it's really great. It brings the game down to an intimate level. And then also what's really fun about it is just the wildly different rules that old-time baseball had from today's baseball. Different things that sort of bring you back to a time when baseball was, on some level, simpler than it is today.
It's great to get back out here and start playing baseball again. You know, a lot of guys, there's some new guys here today that haven't swung a bat before today in 20 years. The thing I like most is the camaraderie. It's an awesome group of guys. We have fun and we practice here on Sundays and play our games, and generally all get along well.
Well, I played baseball my whole life, regular baseball, and when I was in my earlier years, I was looking for a minimal commitment, good group of guys to stay involved, and just happened upon it through conversations around with people around town. So it's a great group of guys, a great, great team. We're getting a lot better. We're playing in, we played in a tournament last weekend up in Maine, so we're getting a lot better and playing a lot more of the teams around New England, and hopefully even further in the future.
Well, I think what's one of the really fun things about it is that it has become a town tradition on the 4th of July weekend, and we get all kinds of different folks coming. Everybody from senior citizens to families with little kids, and they get to enjoy a day out in the sunshine and a great old-time pastime.
Hit it right out of the park. Speaking of hitting it out of the park, this year's fireworks display did just that. Put on by the Lions Club, who raises funding through corporate and residential donors, the event begins with a day of fun events and activities and ends with a vibrant fireworks display launched from a small island in the harbor. It's quite a sight to see.
So this is the 24th year that the Hingham Lions Club has done the fireworks for the Hingham community. Our motto is, we're Lions, we serve. We're a very large organization nationwide. We would like to embed ourselves in the community, and we're a nonprofit, so we raise the money for this whole event. And thanks to the kindness of the fire, the police, the infrastructure, they've been fantastic. We're able to bring this event to Hingham every year.
We work with the Hingham Selectman's office for planning. We work with DPW, the police, and the harbor master, the Board of Health for all the food. Town departments have been great. The administration, the Selectman's office, police, fire, and harbor master really have it down pat on the safety. We do a plan months in advance, sometimes a year in advance. We schedule it, we work out with the display company, and we calculate how many shots, and then they do the design. So we have some different effects this year. There are some different effects, you'll see it. One effect is going to be 180 shots in the air at once. 180 effects. That's the biggest one. Hingham Harbor is a great location because we have distance for launch, and it's a half circle, right? So it's you get great view of the display from different angles. It's a great display. It's better than a lot of the other ones.
I love the way they're so bright and you really never know what to expect, and it's just a nice thing you can sit and watch, and just really beautiful. I just find it wonderful.
So this year we've extended our fireworks to make it more of a community event. So the whole day is now geared towards family activities. So we start at 3 o'clock. We have a kids zone, and Xfinity has actually sponsored the kids zone this year. So it's been wonderful. We have bouncy house, we have kid yoga, we have balloons, we have face painter that's phenomenal. You've probably seen some of the kids walking around with great face paint on it.
This is my 4th time playing for the Hingham Fireworks. It's always an honor to play here. We're doing classic rock and roll, a lot of vocal stuff, Beatles, Eagles, etc. 60s, 70s, 80s, and 90s.
If you want to pay for a ticket or make a donation to the GoFundMe page, you can get special parking, the barbecue, which listen to music, it's awesome.
So the VIP area, these are for our major corporate sponsors who without we wouldn't be able to put the fireworks show on. So we thank them by giving them a wonderful steak dinner. We cordon off an area right near the beach so that they have seating when they come in. They can invite guests, and they have wonderful dinner and are able to enjoy the show front row center. And we also give them parking also, which is a big help for people. I think a lot of families now, they don't sit together at the dinner table. A lot of their interaction is maybe texting or electronics. Out here, you've got a beautiful spot. You can't beat the landscape. You're in Hingham Harbor. It's fantastic. We have a beautiful breeze, and people are talking, laughing, interacting, having fun. Because believe me, it's a lot of work preparing for this day, but it's worth it when you get here because you see people, kids running around, families together, laying on their blankets. Some people come as early as 1 o'clock just to set their blanket out. So it's a tradition that lives on.
And this is our signature event. Hingham Lions' signature event is the July 4th Community Celebration. This is our 24th year that we've hosted. And then, of course, we're known, to end blindness, sight, help people vision impaired. And we are the #1 service organization in the world in numbers and in donations for catastrophes. The entire event is privately funded. The last 2 years we've run at a deficit, and if we need any kind of help or donations, small, large, keep it going.
But we can always use as much help. We can also use people coming by and helping out for a day, or maybe signing up to be a member. All towns need these events to keep people together, to keep people talking.
Hope you didn't stay up too late, because this is going to be an early one. Gathering on the Common on the day of the parade, town residents and visitors assemble for the Pancake Breakfast. This event, hosted by the Lions Club, raises additional funds to cover the costs incurred from the fireworks festivities that occurred on the 1st. How many pancakes can you eat?
This is our annual Pancake Breakfast. The Kiwanis Club had done it for years and years and years, and then they needed a little bit of help, so we came in and did it with them for a couple of years, and now it's all of ours. So the Hingham Lions Club puts this on, as well as the fireworks. This event kind of helps us complement the fireworks. The fireworks cost us quite a bit of money every year, and it's funded by private donors, so corporate sponsors and residents of the community. We're pretty small, so it's difficult for us to raise the money that is involved in providing a fireworks show. And
people get together. These civic groups are really very helpful to everyone. The money that they earn, they use in good ways. It's a way to help everybody. Everyone benefits from this. Well, there's milk, orange juice. We have cream for the coffee and the butter for the pancakes. That's our part of it, and we just serve it because we like helping.
So we get pancake sausages. Starbucks provides us with the coffee, and all of it's free of charge. So we get a lot of support from the community and from people that don't really have anything to do with the Lions Club. They just want to come and they want to give.
I've been working this for a few years with the Lions Club. It's a lot of fun. People seem to really enjoy it prior to the parade. So I really enjoy doing it.
We have Ed Brunelli, chief chef of manager at Atlantic Bagel. He's the one who organizes it with the president, Jan Bosworth. The most we've ever served is like 840 plates, people, individuals, and we probably run 500 or 600 on a regular basis.
Turnout is typically pretty strong, and the good thing about it is it starts at 7 and it will end at about 9:30, and usually we'll have maybe 2 big lines, but the rest of it just kind of flows, so it's good. People come at all different times.
We're here for the Pancake Breakfast because it's tradition now with my family. Some of my family drives 45 to an hour to get here. I eat the carbohydrates that I never eat the rest of the year, and I even put butter and syrup on them. I think it's a real bargain for the price you pay to be here and see some of your friends and family and town people that you don't see.
It seems like, people have been coming for a long, long time, and now they're bringing, their children are coming with their children, and it's a lovely community thing. It really is.
Everyone who comes here, they're so excited, they're happy, they're waiting for the parade. They bring their dogs. It's kind of cool. I like dogs. The kids just have so much fun, and it's a really good day. It's a really Hingham-specific type of holiday. When it comes to the breakfast and the parade, it's very special.
I think people love to come together and eat food and watch a beautiful parade. We have the best day I've ever seen for a parade, and I think this is one of the best parades in the whole Commonwealth. We're selling t-shirts to fund the fabulous fireworks that we just had.
It's been a tradition for at least 30 years. So I've spoken to people who came when they were kids, and they bring their kids, and their kids bring their kids. So it's a real generational thing. I think that's the way that the Hingham 4th of July goes. But it's a great location because you have the race going by, you have people walking to the parade. I think any of these events are really beneficial to a community. They're pretty simple, but what it does is it brings people together. So it takes them away from their smartphones, their computers. It takes them away from all of the electronics that we use, and it brings them at a table eating pancakes together, sharing a thing of maple syrup. So it's all good.
Just fun, come outside, you know, cooking pancakes in the middle of the summer. It's kind of different. Just a community event, you know, it's nice to be outside. It's like a small town Americana type event.
Now that you've eaten as many pancakes as you can, let's go run 4.7 miles. Actually, the road race starts about the same time as Pancake Breakfast, but the runners are encouraged to arrive as early as 5:30 a.m. to register. This year, people from far and wide gathered to run this 5K race that starts at the middle school and ends right outside the Hingham Heritage Museum. Vicki Donlin was on site to greet the runners and sponsors.
Good morning, Hingham. It's Tuesday, July 4th, 2017, and we're here at the middle school for the 59th running of the annual Hingham Road Race. So get ready, because we have about 2,200 runners that will run straight down Main Street, 4.47 miles to the center of town, right under the flag for this wonderful event. We're here to celebrate the 4th of July, and we wouldn't do that without all our wonderful sponsors. Each one of our runners has a beautiful dry fit shirt. Let me show it to you. A brand new design this year. We know that lots of people save our shirts, and for 59 years, I hope somebody will call in and tell us that they have 59 years of these wonderful shirts. All our sponsors on the back, and our special sponsor, Best Chevrolet, we thank them all. All of these wonderful funds are used for the Hingham Recreation Department and sponsorships for kids who otherwise wouldn't be able to go to camp. So sit back and relax, and we're going to take you a play-by-play moment of the 59th annual 4th of July road race. What made you decide to run today?
I'm doing it with a couple of my friends.
Now, who was the brave one who said, let's go run the Hingham Road Race this year? Raise your hand. Raise your hand. All right. Kate, tell us why.
I think a bunch of my friends did it last year, and it's a good thing to get out and do on a 4th of July morning.
Now, what brings you to Hingham this morning other than the road race? What brings you on this gorgeous day to running the Hingham Road Race?
Well, we have some ties to Hingham, so we go to church in Hingham, so we go to Mormon Church.
Very well. And have you run this race before?
No, first time.
Good morning, Orange Theory Fitness. You're here to help us warm up. Your name?
I'm Jenny Fusillo. How are you today?
It's great to see you, and you're back for a second year to help us with this fabulous road race. How's it going down at Orange Theory?
We love it, and we have so many Hingham members, so we're so happy to be here again and lead it's a beautiful day. There's like 2,000 runners, so we're really excited.
Well, thank you for all that you do for all of us, and now are you ready to get them warmed up? Tell us some of the exercises you're going to give people today.
So it's all about that dynamic warm-up, doing a little bit of jogs and making sure we get some lunges in to get those quads stretched out. It's pretty much a downhill race, so it's really important that you make sure those quads are nice and stretched out.
3, 2, 1.
They're off. We're with our winner of the 59th annual 4th of July road race. Do you know what your time was?
I think 22:20, if that's right, I think.
It sounds about right to me. Now, is this the first time you've ever run this race?
Yes, it is. Yeah, first time I've run this race. I've run through Hingham for the Ragnar, actually, with a couple friends, but yeah, first time in this race.
Well, this is just an amazing effort. Will you be back again?
I think so, yeah. It's a fun race. I love like all the old houses, and it's just a gorgeous town, so it's fun to roll through the hills.
Well, it was a pleasure watching you. It was quite amazing to believe we had 2,200 runners, and the entire time we watched one.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Congratulations. We're here with our first women winner. What's your name?
Emily Bryson.
Emily, congratulations. Do you know what your time was?
I think it was around 26, maybe.
26. Is that your regular?
I don't know what I ran last year. I think maybe 27, somewhere in there. So.
Great. Now, you're a long-time Hingham runner?
Yes, I've been doing this race ever since I was little with my dad. And when we were little, we started running with him, and then over the years, he let us go, and we ran the race at our own pace. And yeah, so we've been doing it for a while. It's a fun race. We really enjoy it.
Wonderful 4th of July, everybody. Thanks for attending and thanks for participating.
What a healthy way to start the morning. And now for the culminating event of our 4th of July celebration, the Hingham 4th of July Parade. This family fun event is planned and prepared for by the July 4th Parade Committee. The parade itself consists of a myriad of sights and sounds, all working together to reflect the parade's central theme, Star Spangled Salute.
Hi, and happy 4th of July. I'm Stacey Circusoon, your host for this segment of Hingham Happenings. Today we're on North Street, and we're going to see how excited people are for this year's 4th of July Day Parade. What is happening here today?
Well, we're celebrating America's birthday.
The 4th is beautiful weather. I got my shirt on.
Are you excited to see your first parade today?
Yes.
Is this your first one that you've attended?
No, how many? We've been coming for what, 5 years now? Yeah.
I've been here for about 34 years.
No, I've lived in Hingham for 47 years.
My husband's born and raised in Hingham, Massachusetts. We live in California, and we come every year.
Oh, wow. So how many parades have you been to so far?
11.
Almost 40 years.
Yeah, every year.
How many years is that?
14.
Yeah.
5.
And you too?
5.
You heard or seen any floats that you're excited to see?
No, we're new here, so we're just excited to see the whole thing.
It's our first time to the Hingham Parade, so we're surprised by each one. It's great.
I like the ones that throw candy. When they throw out candy.
Candy too?
Yeah, same.
Candy?
What do you guys like? You like? Yeah, they like the candy.
A lot of kids have said that.
Yes.
I like seeing the horses. I like seeing all the people doing like the flags. The red coats with their muskets and stuff like that. I like the clowns. I liked the mermaid one.
I like the bagpipes. They don't.
I like the hot rods and the cars.
The Hingham Militia.
The Newcomers is one we used to work on. That used to be fun.
Probably the Hingham football team.
Oh, the kids, the high school bands and stuff, they're fun.
All of the musical bands, the different bands and how different they are.
And how do you feel about the weather today?
Gorgeous, perfect. Perfect day for a parade.
A little bit hot, but generally pretty good.
Beautiful. Couldn't ask for a nicer day.
You cannot ask for a better day.
Sunny, not a cloud in the sky. It can't get too hot for me.
Thank God we have a little wind. It's the best it's been in a while.
I feel like it's like the perfect weather for the celebrations. Yeah, it's not too hot, not too cold, so you can have shade and stuff.
It is one of the best weathers we've had in 20 years.
You know, when you're marching, you're doing exercise, so it's a little warm. This is a wool coat, and I got my vest and clothes underneath that, and it gets very hot.
Do you have any plans for after the parade?
We're going to go home and meet with the rest of the family, and we'll do the 4th of July barbecue.
We always go to the yacht club. Time to have a hot dog and a beer and relax and enjoy the day.
I'm going to a party and then I'm going to his house.
You guys having a sleepover? No.
We might.
How do you think the parade brings the community together?
Oh, quite a bit. Quite a bit.
There's a lot of unity in this town.
We're all sharing the same ideas. We're here because we're all Americans and we want to be together and we want to celebrate our independence and the wonderful things that we have.
I think almost everybody in town comes out for this parade. It's really nice.
You know, it's absolutely amazing to see a community like this come together, starting with the race in the morning, the foot race, which was fabulous, and I've run it a few times, and I look forward to doing it again, and then seeing all the families come out and all the generations.
I think it's a wonderful event. We are one of the oldest communities in the state, so it's a fun celebration.
The beauty of this event is that it not only brings the town together, but it brings all of the people who have grown up in the town and had children and their children have gone away. They all come back here.
Oh, it does. I noticed last year and this year, there's 1 million kids. It's just all kids.
Oh, it's great. There are thousands of people here. Everyone's here for one purpose, to celebrate the independence of America. We love it.
Wow, everyone was so excited for this year's 4th of July Day Parade. Thank you for watching this special edition of Hingham Happenings. I'm Stacey Circusoon, and have a happy 4th of July.
Well, that's all for the 4th of July. Tune in next time for another exciting episode of Hingham Happenings. If you have any suggestions for a future episode, please email us at hinghamhappenings@hinghammedia.org. Thanks so much for watching. Woohoo!